An omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent God
Makes no sense to me.
Alright, let's hear it.
My biggest problem is the concept of free will coexisting with a God that knows everything past, present, and future.
God's foreknowledge has no causal relation. Logically, we don't choose what God knows. Rather, God just knows what we choose. In other words, God is like a perfect barometer. A barometer knows the weather, but does not cause it. In the same way, God knows all of our actions, but is not the cause of them, and therefore we are free. Logically, it's no different than us knowing the past. For example, me knowing a past sports game does not make me causally related. You should chat with Haven to help you on your journey. You can get good answers to your questions. And to my fellow Christians, you can see a verse every day. So with that, next objection.
God put the tree in the Garden of Eden with the forbidden fruit, knowing that if it were placed in a different spot,
Eve would not have eaten the fruit.
Prove it. How could you ever know that? Even if that was true, it's also possible that their children would have freely rejected God. It's possible that in every world that God creates with free will, not everyone freely chooses him. God can't force everyone to freely choose him. That would make no sense. Or that world does exist, but there are overriding goods, like only a few people are saved. But in that case, why should the blessedness and joy of those who freely choose God be prevented by those who freely reject God? Everyone is still given a fair and free chance to accept salvation. So how could you ever blame God? That's silly. Next.
well, you have that moral compass because God instilled it inside of you. And to that I say, that is just unprovable.
I am not dreaming. My cognitive faculties are working. Hurting children is wrong. All of those are unprovable statements, at least scientifically. I could give more examples, but my point is, there is more to rationality. You should also believe in the best explanations, or what's most likely. You have this undeniable sense of moral truths, like hurting children is wrong, regardless of what any society says. But what's the best explanation of that? If there is no God, we're just cosmic dust that evolved for reproductive success. If there is a God, he cares for us and how we treat each other. Which do you think is a better explanation? I find it quite obvious, especially in conjunction with all the other data and arguments for God. In a basic way, that's how we prove it. You're welcome. Next.
Could make the claim that I have that moral compass because of my
Societal conditioning.
Then there's no basis for that compass. Under your view, Germans from the 1940s would have just as valid of a compass as you. Yikes. There's obviously something going wrong there, so what best explains that? As a Christian, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. That's what I do. God bless.